Behind the ToolBelt was originated to promote a charitable event. It wasn't even necessarily an event. We were participating in a local home and garden show, and we wanted to do something nice. Workforce Now program just came out, which is a program that encourages students to get involved with the trades at a high school level, and then potentially place them in a place of employment after high school, right? Like, just to kind of show them that, you know, you don't have to be a white collar, you don't have to go to college. Like, you can actually make a decent salary, a good wage, and support your family, buy houses, and still have the American dream as a blue collar contractor or working for a contractor. So that in itself has always been near and dear to my heart, because I am from a blue collared family. And we've always worked our fingers to the, you know, our knuckles down to the bone. My mom, I just read something, the craziest thing. So my mom's death anniversary this year is 10 years, February 11th, 2015. And one of the comments on her obituary is that, you know, how great my mom was. Obviously, everybody in there was posting how great my mom was. But the one comment in there, the person stated that how much of a hard worker my mom was, and not just in the business, because my family is you know, entrepreneurs, restaurant, catering business, and all kinds of other ventures my family has been involved with. Of course, it's always been a family-owned and operated business, so all of us kids worked our knuckles to the bone. But they also pointed out how kind-hearted and the amount of influence and impact that she had on our local communities. She was involved with the Chamber of Commerce, the Exchange Club, Red Hat Ladies, Scarlet Ladies, Santa's Breakfast, Summer Jubilees, 9/11. I don't know which group it was, but they in honor of my mom's name, they put a statue of the Twin Towers at Red Run Park in honor of Ann Backer at Red Run Park over in Rouserville. That's how much of an impact that my mom had. One of the ways that I chose to grieve, and not knowing it at the time, during that grieving process of when my mom passed, and I had the pleasure, the grace to have the opportunity to take care of my mom the last 4 years that she was on this earth. One of the ways that I chose to deal with that grieving was to be able to fill her shoes. And what I mean by that is not just my work ethic, but most importantly, two things. One, I wanted to be one of her greatest achievements. Okay, like hands down, both my mom and dad, because I had put those two through the ringer, and my mom had always been my greatest fan, my biggest enabler, right? My biggest cheerleader, always in my corner, always fixed things for me, right? So I owe her everything, her and my father, everything that I have today. The most important piece to this was how I grieved with it was her charitable heart and what she gave back to the community. I knew that was big shoes to fill. The morning she passed away and the hearse came and picked her up, I went straight back to work. Went to work, put my head down, and I have not lifted my head up and took a look around since that day, or slowed down enough to smell the roses. I have not. And it's funny because I was sitting in a meeting this morning and I thought to myself, if I had to do it all over again, would I be more focused on balance? Or would I have done it the way that I've done it? And for me, it's difficult to answer that question, because I honestly don't believe that if I wouldn't be the neurotic, insecure at times person that I am, and not wanting to let my mom down and wanting to be her greatest achievement, I don't think I would be the man or have, and I'm not talking about the things, but the impact, right? Yes, the things came with the hard work, the dedication, the giving back. But what came with that was the people that helped build what we have today and the impact that we've had on their lives. Through the hard work, dedication, tenacity, and resiliency of being able to bounce back when things failed or didn't go the way that I thought they were going to go. But the strength that my mom had given me in order to keep forging through and keep pushing through. So I guess to answer that one question that I had brought up is would I do it differently? I don't think so. I don't think I would encourage anyone to seek balance. I'm not saying that it's important, but I would say this is to seek help sooner. I should have sought help sooner, so then I could have sought balance quicker. Okay? Because I think where I'm at in my life today is that balance, right? And again, I don't want someone to get this twisted. It's taken 16 years for me to actually start seeking balance in my life. Because I've discovered the more time that I get to spend with my family, and Vic, you and I talked about this, that's where the creativity comes from. That's where that positive energy comes from for me today. So I would suggest to find that work-life balance and not to get too far out in the weeds of why or how Behind the ToolBelt got started. How it got originated was because we needed a platform to plug our charitable events. And I say that plural, because even back then we were doing things for the local community, whether it was putting a free roof on for somebody or food drives or the impact on those that came to work here, people's lives. That to me, and being the person I am, I have had quite a few charitable cases come to work here and probably still have, right, wrong, or indifferent. Gotten better about that over the years. So why it got started was, and I was going to say something like, I always kind of wanted to do a podcast, but I didn't have a purpose because we didn't know how to plug it. Someone suggested, why don't you do a podcast? Why don't you do a Facebook Live, is what they said. So that one Facebook Live turned into a podcast that is still here today. Still holds true from the original legacy where it originated from because of the impact that it is having on people's lives today, and has given us a platform to plug our charitable events still to this day. We have not lost our roots or lost our way in this journey that we've been on for the past 5 years.
Kind of share what it means to you to be, quote unquote, the live, raw, and uncut. What do you think it means to be in that situation, live, raw, and uncut?
I didn't realize it, but it takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of guts. And I don't think about it too much in terms of saying something that I shouldn't have said that's just out there. Okay? Fortunately, I was raised right, and have good ethics and good morals and things like that. So I don't get hemmed up in the weeds. And don't get me wrong, for the first 4 years, I was concerned about how I looked or how I sounded in terms of professionally, right? Not ethically, not morally. I like it raw and authentic. I like the authenticity of it because first and foremost, so I've been on a personal development journey for the past 14 years. You've been on it too for the past 10. Okay? Whether we knew that's what this was or not, we've been on a personal development journey. Okay? For the past 14 years. But I would say over the past 5 years, it has gone to a different level because what it has done by going live, it has held me accountable to doing what I'm saying I'm doing while on camera. It's just like if I'm reviewing the steps with you and I'm telling you to read step 1, guess what I'm doing? I'm going home and reviewing step 1. If I'm saying these things that I've done or I'm going to do, now I'm held accountable. Point in case, 21 turkey salute, was us running our mouth simply about what's the Guinness Book of World Records of deep frying turkey simultaneously. Somebody Googled it or researched it, put it in the comments and said 20. The birth of 21 Turkey Salute. 5 years later, another tradition that has came to fruition because of Behind the ToolBelt.